Yeah, what's up, guys? This is an explanation video, I guess, to just explain what's happening, why I left Speed Jewel League, and why I'm pretty much cutting ties with that altogether. So if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't noticed, that's could totally be possible. But I and some other members left Speed Jewel League. We left the top player council. We left all of that because we were pretty much just done with it, and we felt like it wasn't fair to stay there. I felt like Lex was doing some things I didn't entirely agree with. There were some things that really irritated me. Some other things I'll just go over it, and um, I couldn't put my name under his brand anymore. So how it started with Lex is maybe something you wanted to know as well. Is he started hosting free tournaments. He was one of the few people at the beginning, or one of the bigger ones, that tried to have competitive speed dueling as his main focus, which I seemed like an ambitious goal, which I felt like this is the way speedrun Yugi tubing needs to go. Like, of course, the casual side is fine and is has its use as well, but that was all we had back at the time. We had nothing that focused on competitive speedrunning, which I felt like, well, there needs to be an end goal. Some other discussion that we're having right now, but whatever, uh, which seemed to be fine as well. So that was a thing. And he was hosting tournaments, which I felt like supported the community. He was focusing on competitiveness, which I felt like was needed and lacking in the YouTube community back in the time. And which also seemed deemed really important is the fact like he told us, this top player council as well, like he wanted to have something on par with Juling's meta, and that seemed like something we were lacking it was something. If we had Juling's meta for speed jewel meta, whatever you want to call it, like that seemed amazing. That seemed like exactly what we could use. And at the beginning, I believe we could get there. I believe we were getting really close to that as well, like with different tech channels and where people were talking, discussing, having everything, and the community was is really great. Is still great. But I just felt like there was getting nothing in return for that. I have been part of the Top Layer Council since the very beginning. Since the podcast, I've supported it, I've supported Lex, I've given a lot of content that I could have used for my own channel to him, I've supported all that, nothing in return, and I didn't care because it was for an ambitious goal. It was for to set up something on par with Juling's meta for Speed Jewel. That seemed great. Downside, it hasn't been that, has it? It's still not on par, not close in my opinion. The top player councils, yeah, just has almost no use. It gets nothing in return. There's just nothing there. There's Lex is also not really giving, isn't isn't even really being active, both due to any of his Discord. He's hosting the tournaments. He's working us off in the top player council, demanding tier lists and everything. That's it. I was just this is something personal as well. I just felt really betrayed at times. Like when I was streaming, sometimes he would just start. I had a schedule up so that everyone knew when I was streaming. I had certain hours, and I would let it know beforehand that I was gonna stream. And there was, well, Lex said he was gonna work together and everything. That we were just gonna help each other. But when I was streaming, he just decided like, oh, now I'm gonna stream, and I just saw my viewers drop for a part. Like I felt like, dude, what the fuck? We're just we're gonna help each other, right? Then why are you streaming in my hours? I mean, we have 7 days a week. It's not like I'm just doing it any day. It's not like I'm taking everything. You're even in a different time zone, so you have an entire like I can't stream after 11 p.m. my time, which is Central European time. Then so he have lots of time. He could just stream without me even being able to, or when I already said I wasn't going to. But he decides anyway, I'm gonna stream while you were doing it already. That feels like betrayal. Other times in Discord, in his Discord, where I'm judging, helping with ruling support, where I was a top player council, where I was giving the tier list, where I was giving dex lists to his channels, where it was being in the tournaments, everything. And then people come in his Discord, ask like, hey, what are other good YouTubers that I could follow, that I could subscribe to? Didn't even mention me. Didn't even mention me. I felt like that's betrayal. That's a big betrayal in my opinion. And those kind of things just kept happening here and there, and just felt like this is the opposite of being grateful for everything I'm trying to do. For the fact that I've been there since the start, this can't. So that was a personal opinion. That was a personal thing between me that I felt like this is just wrong. This makes me feel like it's a mistake that I'm trying to help him. Uh, and just the fact that he never, yeah, whatever. Then subscribe. The fact that no, I want to say it. Like in my Discord, I have an affiliated Discord section. I have a link to his Discord and everything in there because we were gonna do that. We're gonna have an affiliate. I'm still waiting for the day that he's gonna put somewhere my Discord in. That was gonna do, just never. Because when I started my Discord, I even personally asked him in his DMs, like, hey, are you okay with the fact that I'm starting my own Discord as well? I want to have it somewhere for my community that I can let know when I'm streaming, when I'm doing special stuff, vote everything. But I don't want to like discuss Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. But I didn't want to be in his territory in any way. I didn't want to offend him. I already said like I'm not gonna. I also didn't host tournaments there because I didn't want to infringe on the territory Marco and Lex had. I felt like just two is enough. Just two places where we're hosting tournaments online is enough. You're both doing it for free. I just saw no problem with that. But it didn't work. Then he started. Then before I even felt like his project was anywhere big enough, he started with that subscription system he has right now for premium memberships. And you're paying money for that, like $5, if I remember correctly. And in return, you're getting pretty much nothing. You're getting tournaments, which is basically just the cash tournament system. Like you pay something, you get it in return. And besides that, you have pretty much nothing. Because the only other people that are in there are people that are already part of the Discord and people of the top player council who are getting nothing in return. Which even worse, the only thing we got was the premium subscription for a month, and he's now trying to have us pay for that. Well, we're not even using it, really. Like some of the people that are using it, like for example Michael Steinman, he won money of it and everything, which I thought, okay, nice. He has some of the money. He's getting money from this. Well, it's not money from Lex, of course. It's money of the people that paid for the premium subscription, but whatever. So it's not support from Lex in any way. It's just support of the community. Mike is trying to get that money. Then I'm trying to put a screenshot on here, and Lex is just saying, oh, then you have to pay the fees and everything for it. So it's money that's already from the community, and even there, Lex doesn't want to help any in it. Yeah, if you're going above a certain amount, you can have he will pay the fee. But even then, there was nothing there that there had to be a certain amount or anything. He's just making it up on the go, like how he feels like it. This is not ethical in my opinion. It just feels like a scam. And then he gives us the really good deal that since we already had the first 3 months of subscription from him, he would pay the fee. He would take the fee from the fee from the prize money, but he would give another 3 months in order to have a chance at winning more money in return. Well, I feel like that's still a scam because there's still no reason why that's worth it. Why the entire subscription system is worth it. He even had to give, like there was so little interest as well, because I feel like $5 is actually quite a lot to pay for someone who is just doing something amateuristically. There's nothing professional about this whole system. The first tournaments have even been cancelled or have given nothing in return. So, what about that? I can't see how he thinks this is alright. I can't see how this is fine. This is out of my mind from him. And he wasn't being active as well, which stays a problem to me, which irritates me. And then that's basically all there is to the subscription system. So it just feels like a scam to me. That the activeness to get back on that, He isn't being active. He isn't being posting that much. Even I am being more active right now on YouTube and on my Discord and on his Discord. Am I being more active than he is? Well, I'm having exams, and do we even know what's up with Lex? I don't know where he's being so busy with anything. But in the meantime, while he is excusing himself probably with being busy, with having not that much time, he was working us off like a horse for as the top player council for getting tier lists and everything in quote unquote this is the only job you have. Like, for real? We're doing all of that voluntarily with nothing in return, and he has the guts, he has the balls to say to us, this is the only thing you have, you can at least do this. Like, where's the respect? Where's the gratitude for all the things we did? But we're supporting him, we're pretty much making him big, and this is what he gives in return? Like, bruh, that's just wrong. That's just straight up wrong. You can't talk that right. Then, you could say that something else we got in return was the top player council status, which I feel is also a joke, since, or was being turned into a joke because we're not discussing anything with each other. You're putting, well, people that are trying to beat each other in one group and just assume that we would give all our information to each other and to him, which somewhere I hope in a perfect world maybe we would, but we're trying to beat each other. Of course, no one was discussing anything there. Well, sometimes we were. The obvious things we were discussing, things that would benefit us all, we would discuss there, but that was basically it. There was nothing being active about the top player council. So we were not really benefiting from it. And then he even started to add random members, no offense to the people that were being added. Just adding random members recently that just had nothing to do with it. We had no reason to be in the top player council, in my opinion at least. Like, no offense, but the only thing about the top player council that gave us prestige, that gives us any legitimacy, was the reason that the players in there were names you had already heard of before. Like Andre was being in all of the top cuts, was being undefeated in most of the tournaments with his Blade Knight deck back in the day. Well, back in the day. I'm just saying that because he has been less active this format, even though I have no right to say anything about that. But he was with there, Marco Merconji. Well, he won a prize card. He won one of the giant cards, and he was in. He hosted most of the tournaments at first already, and he was in the top 8 of most tournaments. And he was there at YCS Milan to second place with the new deck, and he worked together with Michael Steinman, which is also a top player, who has won pretty much every giant card there is in America, except for the ones where he wasn't there. Well, I guess that shows that these people all deserved the top player council. Sean came after that, and to be honest, I had no problems with Sean being in there. He's a nice guy. He's good to discuss stuff with. He listens to the people actually, and we knew for a big part that he was just representing South Central America, while Andre was being less active. So I had no problems with that. But it's mostly the people that came after that it was just like, this way there's no use to it. There's no reason for us to actually be in there. There's no reason for us to continue with this. Especially when we're being worked off, because he had to have it, the only job we had. Because he had to make a video that when he sent back then, Thursday. While filming this, we're a week after that Thursday that was going to make the video. Where's the video? Where is it? The only thing he did was just copy paste our opinions, post it in his Discord, and pretty much take the fruits from it. Well, if that's all he's going to do, then I will make my own videos about it, you know? There's like all of this effort, all of this content I've just given to him for free, and I'm just done with it. He's not being active for it. His whole project is just rotten to the core, in my opinion. There's the subscriptions, the subscription premium stuff is just a scam, in my opinion, and he has no right to actually ask money for that for his services already. The tournaments are just, I feel like the tournaments are, he's doing nothing to actually host tournaments anymore, since he's not getting anywhere in between to make sure people are playing. He's not checking up on that. Recently, for the first time, he was surprised, like, huh, the new round already started. I had no idea this happened. Why did it happen? Because everyone played this match. That was the first time in many decades that everyone in his Discord actually played the match. Nothing against community, because community is great, but like that shows how much effort he was putting into it. He didn't even know that kind of stuff. Then, so I'm just stopping with it. I'm out of it. I don't want to have my name under a brand that just, in my opinion, scams, is not worth it, is not being active. I can do better things with my time. I can do better things with everything. It's just, I'm just really angry that I wasted the opportunity, that I just wasted my effort into a project I believe was gonna be something worth a while, and just ended up being nothing in the end. I'm just gonna focus on my own Discord now. Just gonna make sure that's there. I stopped the policy I had. Like, I had no tournaments in my Discord because I felt like I didn't want to get into the territory with Lex and Marco. But I've already talked with Marco about it, and he's totally fine. Well, with Michael/Marco about it, and they are fine if I'm hosting tournaments again. So I'm just gonna ignore Lex for that matter and just try and have a good part of the community already. I also feel like in his Discord, there's almost nothing of content anymore. The deck lists are basically being given by me already, or by Michael or Marco, so yeah, that's not worthwhile anyway. Or Yolans, which is basically just my community. It's if I'm just pulling that back, if I'm pulling my community back, if Marco and Mike are pulling their community back, there's almost nothing there anymore. And I feel like if we are gonna make the community anyway, at least you shouldn't be paying for it. You shouldn't be paying for it. That's just, don't let yourself be convinced by anyone that you actually should pay for it, that it's worth it. I'm not against a system where you have to pay, but if you have to pay, at least make sure that it's worth it. And right now, it's not worth it in my opinion. So I'm gonna host my own tournaments, gonna focus on my own Discord. Link is in the description. Right now, while filming this, I'm exactly 400 subs behind Lex. I'm just gonna try and fill that gap, well, overcome the gap. I will even try to get bigger than Lex. We're gonna aim for the 500 sub mark. Would be great if we could hit that first, if we could reach that mark first. Want to go for the 1,000 subscription mark. As soon as I have 1,000 subscriptions, as I have 1,000 subscribers, we can finally get ad revenue from YouTube, which probably isn't going to be a lot, but the ad revenue from Twitch and from YouTube I can at least use to give prizes to you guys, to support the channel, to do those kind of things, which I feel like is just a nobler cause. And I'm just really grateful that you've been staying with me, guys. I'm sorry this was a longer video, but I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that you keep staying with me, that we keep on growing. And with this, I hope the community and the Discord that I'm trying to host is getting more active, more members, and that we're just gonna have a good time. So, I'll see you there. Please like this video so it has a good like ratio. Please comment on this video. I'll post a comment where you can just react to my comment with hi or something. Everything you post is fine. It doesn't matter. Everything is alright. But if you're commenting, that's better for the algorithm. I want this video to be high up in the algorithm and be in people's recommended feed. And please subscribe to my channel. I want to reach that 500 mark first. I want to reach that 1,000 mark first, and I want to show to Lex, like, I'm grateful for what we've done in the past. It could have been something really nice, but you've wasted your chance. As community, has given it a chance, but if he's just trying to make money of it, if that's really all it's about, if he's pretty much giving nothing in return, that doesn't need to be there. We don't need to support that. Well, thanks guys. See you guys again. Thanks for watching.
Adidas, кроссовки, три полоски.